Paul, welcome. Well, if you can please have a seat.
안녕하세요. It's wonderful to be back here again. I'm here to talk about the movie that has been made about me called One Chance.
인생 역전, 폴포치의 유쾌한 감동 실화.
This is your life now.
This is it. This is your chance.
악마는 프라다를 입는다 감독. 3월 13일 당신이 행복해질 찬스입니다. 원 찬스 3월 13일 대개봉.
Well, he's done an incredible job of playing the role. I think it's a challenge to get the comedy and the drama across at the same time, and I think he's done a great job at that. He does look kind of similar. He's got blue eyes, whereas I've got brown, but that's the only real difference. Singing for me when I was young was an area where I only had, it was just for me. It wasn't something I was necessarily wanting to share with other people, and the main reason for that was confidence. When you decide to sing for other people, it requires a certain level of confidence of not being because when you sing for the public, you're open to criticism, and that when something is important to you, as when in younger life, it can be difficult to put yourself in a position where something which you've always seen is just yours, into a position where you can be criticised, and that was challenging for me. I didn't really gain more confidence from it until after Britain's Got Talent. I only entered off that flip of a coin, and I genuinely never believed that they'd even pick me. So to find myself now 7 years later promoting a film and still performing around the world is something that, had somebody told me that when I was 14, I would have told them they were crazy. I remember being asked when the movie had the world premiere in Toronto at the film festival there, and I was asked if I was as much of a klutz in real life as I am in the movie. And the true answer to that is I was worse. I was more clumsy, I had more accidents, I got knocked down more, I ran into more things, and the clumsiness hasn't really left me. Well, not really an accident, well, not in the sense that I fell over anything, well, I always trip up things, but when I arrived on Sunday, I was having lunch in the hotel, and I put down the soy sauce bottle, but I didn't put it down properly, and down it went, all down my white shirt, and luckily the hotel was able to get out of my shirt, but I'm born clumsy. In the UK we have a saying of break a leg before you go on stage, and it refers to the legs of a curtain, and it used to break the leg to allow the curtains to reopen for encore. But my wife has actually told people not to tell me that, because knowing me, I'd literally break a leg. Classical music was introduced to me by the film E.T. It was listening to that John Williams score that then made me want to listen to more orchestral music, and I then started to listen to Dvorak, Tchaikovsky, Brahms, Mozart, and then I stumbled across a recording of La Bohème by José Carreras, and he was my main influence as I grew up, singing-wise. It was his determination and courage to continue singing through treatment for leukemia, a truly life-threatening disease that included treatment that can really destroy a voice, and yet he kept going. He kept going in spite of everything that he was suffering, and he's worked very hard over the years to raise as much money for the José Carreras Leukemia Foundation ever since then, and raised millions of dollars for that. And I've had the privilege of being able to perform at that gala in Leipzig in Germany twice, and I've met him on each occasion, and he's always been someone that I've looked up to. Areas that I like in performer, that there is a difference. There are many areas that I've always loved that I wasn't ready to perform until recently. One of them is featured in the movie, Bistitude. I used to perform that, and I used to sing it when I was feeling down, when life was against me, because the theme of that particular area is it's about somebody who has to continue with life as if nothing is wrong. And for me, when I thought back on my life previously in my 20s, I would think about that particular area, and it would be one that would in many ways give me solace. But I wasn't ready vocally to perform that, and there are many areas that were like that. And you can want to perform things, but vocally you might not be ready for them. Things like Hey Jalila Menina from La Boheme I was performing quite early on, and that remains one of my favourite arias to this day. The heavier arias like Vesti La Juba and arias from Giordano's Andrea Chenier are very different and very dramatic, and your voice has to be right for them. I think that I never really had the confidence to know that I could achieve things, and sometimes you achieve more than you ever dreamed you would, and you're not necessarily the best judge of what you can achieve, because sometimes you'll put those obstacles in your own way and limit yourself. And I think the lesson that I've learned over the years is that you don't know what the future holds, and it's best that you don't put boundaries and obstacles in your own way, and sometimes you have to allow life to take its course.
Perfect. And towards the right.